Welcome to the Franklin County NC Podcast. I'm James Hicks, and this is a podcast about Franklin County, North Carolina. On our broadcast, we hope you will learn a few things that you didn't know about Franklin County, North Carolina, plus some helpful tips for you in your daily lives. Today we have a special episode which allowed me to go into the field and experience some of what Franklin County has to offer. Stand by for this special report. I heard that some unusual guests may be visiting Franklin Plaza.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I picked you too.
I'm standing right behind you.
Goats. Baby goats.
Well, today we had very special visitors to come to our Franklin County Adult Day program. As you may or may not know, today is National Pet Day. So we have a wonderful friend, Maddie May, who's actually our assistant finance director here for the county. And Maddie and her family raised some animals, so she was willing to bring some Nigerian pygmy goats, I believe is what she called them, little miniature goats. They were born in December. So she and her daughter Ashley brought two. They were two out of a set of triplets that survived. So our Adult Day program was able to visit with the goats and hold them and pet them. That kind of stimulation is really important in keeping their minds functioning. And just to see the look on their face of delight and excitement was really, really a fun time on the back porch of the Adult Day program.
That was Director of Aging Services, Cindy Jones. I sat down with her in our office to talk more about what the Adult Day program is for the Senior Center. The Adult Day program is for adults requiring constant supervision. And the concept of this program is to offer families an alternative besides rest or nursing home care for their relatives and allowing them some respite time during the day, yet allowing the individual to return for the remainder of the day and the night. And it's a great program to keep these folks engaged and stimulated throughout the day. How can people find out more information about that Adult Day program?
Yes, the Adult Day program is part of Franklin County Senior Services. It's located at the Louisburg Senior Center next to Tractor Supply in the Franklin Plaza. So in order to find out a little more about the services that we actually offer, you would call us here at the Senior Center at 919-496-1131. Ask to speak to either Wendy Hunter, who is the RN Program Case Manager, or to myself, Cindy Jones. I'm the director here for the County Senior Services Department.
I also spoke with Cindy Jones about some of the other programs that are offered at the Senior Center. With the new layout in Franklin Plaza and the much expanded area from the previous Senior Center, there are a lot of opportunities for folks who are aged 55 and older, and we get into sort of those aging range things. There's so many programs and different things to keep people active and involved in their community.
Yeah, we have a couple of different age groups there, so it can be a little confusing, but feel free to call and talk to us about it. The senior games are going on right now, and that's for our region. We're in Region K. And those games are for ages 50 and up. And those are things like golf, pool, swimming, lots of different activities. But that's age 50 and above. The age that we do most activities here at the center is age 55 and up. Really, the only thing I can think of that a younger than 60 person could not participate in would be the meals. And that's because they are federally funded and we have to follow those guidelines. But we do things like go on lunch outings, shopping trips. We played bingo. We'd have health education classes. We have line dance. We have canasta group. We have a pinochle group, plays cards here. We have 2 different Bible studies. Just many opportunities. Aerobics, chair exercise, fitness room, where you could come and work out anywhere from 8 to 4:30.
Additionally, some seniors have found a quite enjoyable pastime.
Tables?
Thank you, James. That is one of our most famous little areas of the center is the billiards room. We have 2 pool tables there. We do a pool tournament once a month. And it's very highly attended and just lots of fun. We have a library here. It's a true lending library where you can just go in and find something to take home and return it whenever you're done.
Additionally, Franklin County Library System's Voyager, the 5th branch, and most refer to as a bookmobile, but for Franklin County we have Voyager, also makes frequent appearances at the Senior Center to allow the seniors to engage in some of those services that are offered by the library system. I asked Cindy, what is the most popular program at the Senior Center?
I would say probably the aerobics class, followed by bingo, followed by the billiards room. As far as number of people and frequent attendance.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned line dancing. I know that's become a big thing. You have a little group that's involved in line dancing, and they've went on and done some competition or some type of thing, because I know the senior swingers is what?
They're the swing seniors,
That's
so
it,
very
okay.
close, yes. And they actually normally compete in our senior games. This year I think we didn't have enough participation for them to want to dance. But they do help us out when we have Christmas parties or other events like our senior spring day that'll be coming up in May. They usually will perform for that. For Veterans Day, they'll perform for that event. Other events that we have throughout the year, they're very kind to come out and dance for us, and it's always very well choreographed and lots of good fun.
Additionally, we talked about Senior Spring Day, which is coming up soon, and which is an opportunity for seniors to get outside and have some fun at Riverbend Park in Louisburg.
Yes, there is, which we have not started sign-ups yet, but we're actually going to be down at Riverbend Park on Tuesday, May the 23rd, and we will have more to come about that very soon. We'll be posting that so that people can come in and register.
And this is the second annual
Yes.
spring event, because I know I went to the one last year. So same type of thing?
Yes.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Yes, this will be our second annual Senior Spring Day. They've had this type of event for many years in the past. I think for 30 years they did it in the fall of the year. But the weather was pretty hot in September. You never know about hurricanes and that kind of thing. So we changed it to the spring of the year and had a lot of good comments about that, that it wasn't so hot. But we do come in and we'll do outside games. We'll do a DJ. We'll have time for people to dance and just enjoy the music. We'll have lunch and provide that. We have different vendors who set up, and those vendors provide information to seniors about services or things that they may have a need for. There's door prizes that are donated and given out throughout the day. So usually the event lasts from 10 until 2.
As usual in this podcast, I talk with Cindy about what her background was and which led to her becoming Director of Aging Services, and a little bit more about the role.
Okay, well, I am a native of Franklin County, and I worked at the Department of Social Services for, I think, about 15 years total as an Adult Protective Services social worker. And when I saw this position posted, I thought this may be a really good opportunity to continue in the role of providing services for adults. In our county, I knew about services to offer them and what was available, how to help people if they really had a crisis situation. And so that's how I was very fortunate to be able to transition to this role as director for the aging department.
How long have you been the director?
I've been the director now for 3.5 years.
I also talked to Cindy about what she does on a day-to-day basis in her role as Director of Aging Services.
So on a day-to-day basis, I have to oversee the operations of the Louisburg Senior Center, the Franklinton Senior Center, and the Adult Day program. Of course, we have people who fill those jobs to make sure the activities are carried out and that sort of thing. But I have to oversee that and make sure that it's done the way that we need for it to be to provide the support to the employees that work here. Also manage the Home and Community Care Block Grant, which is a combination of state and federal funds that are provided to us to provide services to the seniors of our county. There were some stipulations years ago through something called the Older Americans Act that was put in place to make sure that seniors were not overlooked, that people who lived in rural areas were given an opportunity to participate and know about what's available to them, to offer help in areas like legal questions. They may need to contact legal aid. They don't know how to do it. They may not know about health issues that are pressing, so we try to provide that education. There's lots of layers to the Older Americans Act advocacy, that we advocate for older adults, whether they're disabled or not. Just that we are that go-between. We are a helper to anybody in our community that is a senior citizen.
To find out more about the Louisburg Senior Center, the Franklinton Senior Center, or any of the services offered by the Department of Aging Services, go to the website www.franklincountync.gov. Navigate over on the top navigation to departments and over to aging services. There you can find a lot of information about what is offered to seniors. Also, best way sometimes to find out what's going on is to stop by the Senior Center at Franklin Plaza at 279 South Pickett Boulevard. And that's going to be between the Tractor Supply store and the Food Line, closer to the Tractor Supply store. This has been a field report from Franklin County. I'm James Hicks. Well, that's about all the time we have left for today. The Franklin County NC podcast is produced by Franklin County as a public service to better inform and provide timely and relevant information. Tune in for more informative shows about what is happening in Franklin County. Subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform, like or rate the podcast, and share it with your friends and family. To find out more about Franklin County NC, go to our website at www.franklincountync.gov and sign up for our email newsletter while you are there. For all of us here at Franklin County, I'm James Hicks, and we'll talk to you soon.